What's going on, guys? I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to another weekend in the lawn. In today's video, I've got quite a surprise for you. In fact, I got two parts to today's video, and they're going to be all about springtime sprayer calibration. Now, to clarify the two videos, part one is going to be all about prepping and cleaning the sprayer and all the tips and things like that for the calibration, whereas part two is going to be the actual calibration, getting our sprayers calibrated so that we can properly use them once the season comes. So, with all that being said, let's get to the video, bruh. So everything I'm going to be teaching you guys today about sprayer calibration is only a small smidgen of the entirety that goes into calibrating a sprayer. In fact, if you want to see a full in-depth playlist on sprayer calibration, I will link you to my buddy Pete with GCI Turf. He did a full in-depth sprayer calibration series, thoroughly going through the calibration process. If you want, I will link that in the eye in the top right corner as well as in the description below. Go check that out to get a better understanding of everything I'm going to talk about today. Alright, I got a little bit of time to do this here. Since my dad left to go pick up my sister, so I'm going to do this while I can't get yelled at for it. And that is, I'm going to bring my sprayer into the house and fill it up with the kitchen sink because it's still too cold outside and I'm not in the mood to hook up the hose. So with that, let's get this done real quick. It's not really a problem anyway because the only thing I really spray with this sprayer is the N-Ext products, and I have cleaned it off thoroughly, so nothing to worry about as far as staining and poison. God, that might be a problem. Look at that tip. Looks like some of the products got on there and froze over winter. Have to clean that off. Okay, so I'm not really sure if I'm doing this right, but I think I made a mistake on my part for leaving this out in the garage to freeze in the winter. Now, I did drain it, I cleaned it out and all that, but I feel like I could have done a little bit better because when you look at the bottom of this tank, that's what it looks like. And then at the bottom there, I don't know if you can see, but there's actually a little bit of ice down there. Looks like it's starting to thaw out now because it's been warmer out there, but I hope that didn't cause any damage. So rookie move on my part, I must say. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and clean this out. I really haven't sprayed any chemicals or anything with this sprayer, but just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and wear some gloves here. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scrub it down with a sponge here. I'm not really worried about that because I'm not going to use this for anything else. And of course, I got some dish soap here now. If you guys want to correct me in the comments, I'd really appreciate it, but this is how I'm going to go about doing it, because the idea being is I just want to get things cleaned out and make sure that things still flow nice and smoothly through the sprayer. So with all that being said, let's shut up and get to the cleaning. There is the spray filter. I just poured a little bit of warm water in there to kind of help melt it and loosen things up because I didn't want to break anything. And it looks like we're fine. Again, other than this little iceberg looking thing right here, it looks like we'll be okay. So I think if I get a little bit of warm water on here and melt it and maybe run a little water through the line to make sure things are okay, we should be all good. And then from there, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and clean out the inside of this sprayer just to make sure that things are flowing well and they're clean, and then we'll get on to the video. So let's get to the cleaning. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the battery in here, and I want to see how well this thing pumps, if it pumps at all. Looks to be flowing just fine. Look at that. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to make sure that there's nothing getting backed up. I want to make sure that things are flowing fine. Looks like we're getting a little bit of warm water through the line here again. Correct me in the comments if I'm doing something wrong, but this is how I'm trying to recover my sprayer after the harsh winter it's been through. So I might be doing it wrong, I might be doing something stupid. Let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate your feedback. but this is just how I'm attempting to bring it back. So now what I got to do is I got to get the inside of this cleaned out, and then we should be good to go. Sure, if I lean it in just a bit, you can probably see it. But I apologize for the view here. I'm more focused on getting this done so that I can go calibrate this thing and show you guys how to do that. So I apologize about the camera angle here. I mean, this is a first for me, all of this. I'm sure you guys know that. Pretty much everything I do going forward is almost a first. But I guess it's all part of being a YouTuber, right? You just gotta make it work. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So, scrubbing down the walls or getting all this stuff off now. You probably don't have to do this, but this is just an extra step I'm taking to make sure that things are all cleaned out and ready to go. Probably won't get every nook and cranny, but it's a good idea to get as much as you can just to, you know, make the sprayer perform better. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Now we'll get some cold water in here just to kind of help melt the suds. And then, yeah, we'll just run it empty. Kind of rinse it out there. That looks better already. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but got a little bit of suds left at the bottom there. That's okay. I'll just I'll run through the line. I'll dump some cold water in there and make sure that I destroy those suds, because I really can't dump them out the way this sprayer is shaped. But yeah, moving right along. Kick this baby on. Put some cold water in here. Put some cold water in here, of course. Make sure you can see that. And then I will take the nozzle right here and I will place it in the drain. Sorry if you guys can't see it very well, but that's how it is around here. It's coming out just fine. Look at that. Sweet. So I got it on there. Water's coming out. Put a little bit of cold in there just to make sure it rinses out. Looking good. All right. Okay, so I'd have to say it's definitely looking much better than what it used to be. So again, we got a couple spots left in there, but I'm not really going to worry about those because it's just going to get dirty again to begin with. So as long as I got all that dirty, mucky stuff out of there to at least help it flow better, that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reattach this filter and then pretty much call it here on this tank. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to this tip here. Probably shouldn't be touching it with my bare hand, but once again, it's all N-Ext products, no big deal. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and clean off this tip. It looks like the N-Ext products from being on here over winter, they froze up and they bubbled or whatever they did. So I need to go ahead and clean that off to make sure this tip doesn't get plugged up, and then that way we will be good for the season. Okay, so I got the tip here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some warm water going here. I'm going to take this paper towel that I've been using on some other tips. I'm going to go ahead and get it warm and wet, and then all I'm going to do is scrub the areas I can't reach with a little bit of warm water. Maybe add some soap if you want. Not going to do that here, but the warm water will just kind of help heat things up, soften them up, and help it remove. And the paper towel, again, it will just help you reach the areas you can't, and then from there the tip is nice and clean. And then we got this side right here. We got a little bit of stuff right there, but just to be safe, stick the towel in there, clean it out. A little bit left in there, but nothing that's really going to cause too much harm. So yeah, we can call this good. Maybe a little bit more scrubbing right here, and then that'll be it. I got one more test I want to do here, and then we will get going, and that is with the tip on. I want to make sure things are flowing good. Now that I got it all cleaned out, I expect it to flow a little bit better than it has. Let me shut that off quick. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful thick stream, baby. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to geek the heck out right now on this little camera setup I got here. So basically what I got here are two cell phone mounts. I got one that holds my GoPro and another that holds my phone with the flashlight, and I have it pointing down right here to my subject. So I thought this was pretty cool. I've never done this before. This is actually kind of a first for me, and I thought maybe in case you guys were curious, I'd go ahead and show it to you. But I'd have to say it gets the job done right. Maybe next time I can rig it a little higher so it's not in my way and I can be a little comfortable. But for a first try, I'd say it worked out pretty well. So if you guys are looking to try this out, works really well.